disease or madness, persecution or fearful accusation, loss of family, loss of fortune. Fire from heaven shall strike his house, and when his body has been struck down, he shall rise in hell. He who goes naked with matted hair, mud bespattered, who fasts and sleeps on the ground and smears his body with ashes, and sits in endless meditation, so long as he is not free from doubts, he will not find freedom. But he who lives purely and self-assured in quietness and virtue, who is without harm or hurt or blame, even if he wears fine clothes, so long as he also has faith, he is a true seeker. A noble horse rarely feels the touch of the whip. Who is there in this world as blameless? Then, like a noble horse, smart under the whip, burn and be swift, believe, meditate, see, be harmless, be blameless, awake to the law, and from all sorrow free yourself. The farmer channels water to his land, the fletcher whittles his arrows, the carpenter turns his wood, and the wise man masters himself. Old age. The world is on fire, and are you laughing? You are deep in the dark. Will you not ask for light? For behold your body, a painted puppet, a toy, jointed and sick, and full of false imaginings, a shadow that shifts and fades. How frail it is, frail and pestilent. It sickens, festers, and dies. Like every living thing, in the end, it sickens and dies. Behold these whitened bones, the hollow shells and husks of a dying summer, and are you laughing? You are a house of bones, flesh and blood for plaster. Pride lives in you, and hypocrisy, decay, and death. The glorious chariots of kings shatter, so also the body turns to dust. But the spirit of purity is changeless, and so the pure instruct the pure. The ignorant man is an ox. He grows in size, not in wisdom. Vainly I sought the builder of my house through countless lives. I could not find him. How hard it is to tread life after life. But now I see you, O builder, and never again shall you build my house. I have snapped the rafters, split the ridgepole, and beaten out desire, and now my mind is free. There are no fish in the lake. The long-legged cranes stand in the water. Sad is the man who in his youth lived loosely and squandered his fortune. Sad as a broken bow, and sadly is he sighing after all that has arisen and has passed away. Yourself. Love yourself and watch, today, tomorrow, always. First, establish yourself in the way, then teach, and so defeat sorrow. To straighten the crooked, you must first do a harder thing, straighten yourself. You are your only master, who else? Subdue yourself and discover your master. Willfully you have fed your own mischief, soon it will crush you as the diamond crushes stone. While your own folly you will be brought as low as your worst enemy wishes, so the creeper chokes the tree. How hard it is to serve yourself. How easy to lose yourself in mischief and folly. The kashtari dies when it bears fruit. So the fool, scorning the teachings of the awakened, spurning those who follow the law, perishes when his folly flowers. Mischief is yours, sorrow is yours, but virtue also is yours, and purity. You are the source of all purity and all impurity. No one purifies another. Never neglect your work for another's, however great his need. Your work is to discover your work, and then, with all your heart, to give yourself to it. The world. Do not live in the world in distraction and false dreams outside the law. Arise and watch. Follow the way joyfully through this world and beyond. Follow the way of virtue. Follow the way joyfully through this world and on beyond. Or consider the world a bubble, a a mirage. See the world as it is, and death shall overlook you. Come, consider the world, a painted chariot for kings, a trap for fools. But he who sees goes free. As the moon slips from behind a cloud and shines, so the master comes out from behind his ignorance and shines. This world is in darkness. How few have eyes to see. How few the birds who escape the net and fly to heaven. Swans rise and fly toward the sun. What magic! So do the pure conquer the armies of illusion and rise and fly. If you scoff at heaven and violate the law, if your words are lies, where will your mischief end? The fool laughs at generosity. The miser cannot enter heaven. But the master finds joy in giving, and happiness is his reward. And more, for greater than all the joys of heaven and of earth, greater still than dominion over all the worlds, is the joy of reaching the stream. The man who is awake. He is awake. The victory is his. He has conquered the world. How can he lose the way who is beyond the way? His eye is open. His foot is free. Who can follow after him? The world cannot reclaim him or lead him astray, nor can the poisoned net of desire hold him. He is awake. The gods watch over him. He is awake and finds joy in the stillness of meditation and in the sweetness of surrender. Hard it is to be born. Hard it is to live. Harder still to hear of the way, and hard to rise, follow, and awake. Yet the teaching is simple. Do what is right. Be pure. At the end of the way is freedom. Till then, patience. If you wound or grieve another, you have not learned detachment. Offend in neither word nor deed. Eat with moderation. Live in your heart. Seek the highest consciousness. Master yourself according to the law. This is the simple teaching of the awakened. The rain could turn to gold, and still your thirst would not be slaked. Desire is unquenchable, or it ends in tears, even in heaven. He who wishes to awake consumes his desires joyfully. In his fear, a man may shelter in mountains, or in forests, in groves of sacred trees, or in shrines. But how can he hide there from his sorrow? He who shelters in the way and travels with those who follow it comes to see the four great truths concerning sorrow, the beginning of sorrow, the eightfold way, and the end of sorrow. Then, at last, he is safe. He has shaken off sorrow. He is free. The awakened are few and hard to find. Happy is the house where a man awakes. Blessed is his birth. Blessed is the teaching of the way. Blessed is the understanding among those who follow it. And blessed is their determination. And blessed are they who revere the man who awakes and follows the way. They are free from fear. They are free. They have crossed over the river of sorrow. Joy. Live in joy, in love, even among those who hate. Live in joy, in health, even among the afflicted. Live in joy, in peace, even among the troubled. Live in joy without possessions, like the shining ones. The winner sows hatred because the loser suffers. Let go of winning and losing, and find joy. There is no fire like passion, no crime like hatred, no sorrow like separation, no sickness like hunger, and no joy like the joy of freedom. Health, contentment, and trust are your greatest possessions, and freedom your greatest joy. Look within. Be still. Free from fear and attachment. Know the sweet joy of the way. How joyful to look upon the awakened and to keep company with the wise. How long the road to the man who travels with a fool, but whoever follows those who follow the way discovers his family and is filled with joy. Follow then the shining ones, the wise, the awakened, the loving, for they know how to work and forbear. Follow them as the moon follows the path of the stars. Pleasure. Do not let pleasure distract you from meditation, from the way. Free yourself from pleasure and pain, for in craving pleasure or in nursing pain, there is only sorrow. Like nothing, lest you lose it, lest it bring you grief and fear. Go beyond likes and dislikes. From passion and desire, sensuousness and lust, arise grief and fear. Free yourself from attachment. He is pure and sees. He speaks the truth and lives it. He does his own work. So he is admired and loved. With a determined mind and undesiring heart, he longs for freedom. He is called Udam Soto, he who goes upstream. When a traveler at last comes home from a far journey, with what gladness his family and his friends receive him. Even so shall your good deeds welcome you like friends, and with what rejoicing when you pass from this life to the next. Anger. Let go of anger. Let go of pride. When you are bound by nothing, you'll go beyond sorrow. Anger is like a chariot careering wildly. He who curbs his anger is the true charioteer. Others merely hold the reins. With gentleness, overcome anger. With generosity, overcome meanness. With truth, overcome deceit. Speak the truth. Give whatever you can. Never be angry. These 3 steps will lead you into the presence of the gods. The wise harm no one. They are masters of their bodies, and they go to the boundless country. They go beyond sorrow. Those who seek perfection keep watch by day and night till all desires vanish. Listen, Atula, this is not new. It is an old saying. They blame you for being silent. They blame you when you talk too much and when you talk too little. Whatever you do, they blame you. The world always finds a way to praise and a way to blame. It always has, and it always will. But who dares blame the man whom the wise continually praise, whose life is virtuous and wise, who shines like a coin of pure gold? Even the gods praise him, even Brahma praises him. Beware of the anger of the body. Master the body, let it serve truth. Beware of the anger of the mouth. Master your words, let them serve truth. Beware of the anger of the mind. Master your thoughts, let them serve truth. The wise have mastered body, word, and mind. They are the true masters. Impurity. You are as the yellow leaf. The messengers of death are at hand. You are to travel far away. What will you take with you? You are the lamp.
Oh my God, it's leaking.
Then hurry, hurry. When your light shines without impurity or desire, you will come into
God, it's
the country.
leaking.
Your life is falling away. Death is at hand. Where will you rest on the way? What have you taken with you? You are the lamp to lighten the way. Then hurry, hurry. When your light shines purely, you will not be born, and you will not die. As a silversmith sifts dust from silver, remove your own impurities, little by little. Or, as iron is corroded by rust, your own mischief will consume you. Neglected, the sacred verses rust, for beauty rusts without use, and unrepaired, the house falls into ruin, and the watch without vigilance fails. In this world and the next, there is impurity and impurity. When a woman lacks dignity, when a man lacks generosity, but the greatest impurity is ignorance. Free yourself from it. Be pure. Life is easy for the man who is without shame. Impudent as a crow, a vicious gossip, vain, meddlesome, dissolute. But life is hard for the man who quietly undertakes the way of perfection with purity, detachment, and vigor. He sees light. If you or steal, commit adultery or drink, you dig up your own roots. And if you cannot master yourself, the harm you do turns against you grievously. You may give in the spirit of light, or as you please, but if you care how another man gives or how he withholds, you trouble your quietness endlessly. These envying roots destroy them and enjoy a lasting quietness. There is no fire like passion. There are no chains like hate. Illusion is a net, desire a rushing river. How easy it is to see your brother's faults, how hard to face your own. You winnow his in the wind like chaff, but yours you hide like a cheat covering up an unlucky throw. Dwelling on your brother's faults multiplies your own. You are far from the end of your journey. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart. See how you love whatever keeps you from your journey. But the Tathagatas, they who have gone beyond, have conquered the world. They are free. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart.
Oh my God, it's fucking
All
all
things
over the
arise
place.
and pass away, but the awakened awake forever. The just. If you determine your course with force or speed, you miss the way of the law. Quietly consider what is right and what is wrong, receiving all opinions equally without haste, wisely observe the law. Who is wise, the eloquent or the quiet man? Be quiet and loving and fearless. For the mind talks, but the body knows. Gray hairs do not make a master. A man may grow old in vain. The true master lives in truth, in goodness and restraint, non-violence, moderation, and purity. Fine words or fine features cannot make a master out of a jealous and greedy man. Only when envy and selfishness are rooted out of him may he grow in beauty. A man may shave his head, but if he still lies and neglects his work, if he clings to desire and attachment, how can he fall away? The true seeker subdues all waywardness. He has submitted his nature to quietness. He is a true seeker, not because he begs, but because he follows the lawful way, holding back nothing, holding to nothing. Beyond good and beyond evil, beyond the body and beyond the mind. Silence cannot make a master out of a fool, but he who weighs only purity in his scales, who sees the nature of the two worlds, he is a master. He harms no living thing. And yet, it is not good conduct that helps you upon the way, nor ritual, nor book learning, nor withdrawal into the self, nor deep meditation. None of these confers mastery or joy. Oh, seeker, rely on nothing until you want nothing. The way.
I had a pepper gun and I opened it, and by opening it, I guess like the fluid, it started coming out, so it went all over the place. But I think I cleaned it up. As long as you don't like touch your eyes and stuff with pepper spray, you're good, because it has to get into your mucous membrane.
The way is eightfold. There are 4 truths, all
And you are listening to the Dhammapada,
true lies.
sayings of the Buddha.
The master has an open eye. This is the only way to the opening of the eye. Follow it. Outwit desire. Follow it to the end of sorrow.
Fuck.
When I pulled out sorrow's shaft, I showed you the way. It is you who must make the effort. The masters only point the way. But if you meditate and follow the law, you will free yourself from desire. Everything arises and passes away. When you see this, you are above sorrow. This is the shining way. Existence is sorrow. Understand and go beyond sorrow. This is the way of brightness. Existence is illusion. Understand. Go beyond. This is the way of clarity. You are strong. You are young. It is time to arise. So arise. lest through irresolution and idleness you lose the way. Master your words, master your thoughts. Never allow your body to do harm. Follow these 3 roads with purity, and you will find yourself upon the one way, the way of wisdom. Sit in the world, sit in the dark, sit in meditation, sit in light. Choose your seat. Let wisdom grow. Cut down the forest, not the tree, for out of the forest comes danger. Cut down the forest, fell desire, and set yourself free. While a man desires a woman, his mind is bound as closely as a calf to its mother. As you would pluck an autumn lily, pluck the arrow of desire. For he who is awake has shown you the way of peace. Give yourself to the journey. Here shall I make my dwelling in the summer and the winter and in the rainy season. So the fool makes his plans, sparing not a thought for his death.
That require these degrees make sense to someone on a cost benefit. And if our degrees are too expensive for what the labor market can provide, because we are adding in a ton of extra people in that sector or in that specific field due to this programming, then we are shooting ourselves in the foot. We're not only weakening our citizenships training in these fields, but we're also weakening our
dumb bitches and niggas that's just get off the front. Give me one too. Oh wait. You have to say some like you feel. You hear me? Beliefs are natural. Look at how they feel. Yeah, the economics, right?
Okay, this is called Reading Poetry, 10 Minutes, Aleister Crowley. This is Quran.
Either as well export of.
Okay, this is Adrian Dittman in the House of Magic Thalamus Sacred Text. This is Aleister Crowley, 10 Minutes of Poetry. Okay, this is just going to be a 10-minute reading, and then I'm taking a hot bath. Okay, this is called the fire. So take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. I raging and lowering. I flying and cowering. I weaving and woven. Budding and flowering. Spiring and showering. Cleaving and cloven. My being encloses fountains of roses, lilies and light. I wrap and I sunder. I am lightning and thunder. The world's souls wonder at me in my might. All piercing, all winding, all moving, all blinding, all shaken in my hissing, my life's light finding, all spirits and binding, the love with my kissing, ruthless, fearless, imperial, peerless, creep I or climb, naught withstands me, bursts me or brands me, no heaven commands me, no space, no time. Above the supernal, below the infernal, of all in my master, on earth the diurnal, in all things eternal, life, love, or disaster, abiding unshaken, I sleep and I waken on wonderful wings, in depth and in height, in darkness and light, in weakness and might, in blindness and sight, in mercy and spite, in day and in night, a verse or a rite, for dole or delight, I am master of things. O mother, I fear me, the might of the lyre, they tremble to hear me, powers of the fire, come near me to cheer me, be near and inspire, be strength in my heart and good courage, and speed in the single desire. The fire knows its master, they flicker and flare, dread dogs of disaster, wild slaves of despair. Faster and faster, my soul is aware of a sound that is dimmer and duller, white wings adrift of the air. Their forces that wander, no God voice know they, their bridle as they squander, unknown is their way. The sky's heart, beyond her sweet bosom they stray. Shall these then obey me and hear? Shall the tameless ones hear and obey? From secret his places, whence darkness is drawn, where terrible faces enkindle the dawn. From wordless wide spaces, the ultimate lawn, come forth. I invoke thee, O wind, come forth to me, fleet as a fawn. From the fourfold quarters, the depth and the height, we come. The bright daughters of day shed our night. The sun and the waters have brought us to light. The sound of them slaughters our soul in his sight. We hear the loud murmur, we know him, we rest. We breathe in his breast. By sunlight upgathered, as dust of his cars, by moonlight unfathered, unmothered of stars, unpastured, untethered, unstricken of scars, come forth. I invoke ye, O clouds, ye veils, ye divine avatars. Sun spirit is calling, we gather together, white wreaths as appalling, pale ghosts of dead weather. The veil of us falling on snow height and heather, hovering and scrolling strange signs in the ether. We hear the still voice, and we know him, we come. We are sightless and dumb, more frail than your friends, the clouds born above. The light of thee blends with the moon and her love. Thy spirit descends as a white-throated dove. Come forth, I invoke thee, O mist, and make me a sharer thereof. From valleys of violet my shadow hath kissed, from low-lying islet a vision of mist. The voice of my pilot steals soft to insist. O azure of sky, let me pass to the tryst. I hear the low voice of my love, and I rest a maid on his breast. Thou child of soft wind and the luminous air, thou stealing behind as a ghost, as a rare. Soft dew as a blind, fierce lion from his lair. Come forth, I invoke thee, O rain. Look forth with thy countenance fair. The rain from highland far drifted, from river fed lawn, from clouds thunder rifted, I leap as a fawn. The voice is uplifted, the Lord of my dawn. My spirit is shifted, my love is withdrawn. I hear the sweet feet of my God, I know him, I fall in tears at his call. Cold lips and chaste eyes, a frostfall that leap, that shake from the skies on the earth in her sleep. Kiss nuptial, arise, as their lyre strings sweep. Come forth, I invoke thee, O frost, the valleys await thee and weep. So silent and wise in her cerement cloths, so secretly lies my soul in my snows. I awake, I arise, for my spirit now knows the first time in her eyes, that a voice may unclose my petals, I hear it. I come, I clasp the warm ground in my passion profound. In valleys heaped high in drifts lying low. Swift slopes to the sky, come forth to me, snow. Thy beauty and I, of old even so, as lover and lover, come forth. I invoke thee, the hills are aglow. Bright breasts I uncover, heart to thy gaze, O Leah of my lover, I know thee thy praise. Black heavens that hover, blind air that obeys, I come to thee over the mountainous ways. As a bride to the bridegroom I blush, but I come and bow to thee dumb. O blacker than hell, O bluer than heaven, O green as the dell, lit of sunlight at even, O strong as a spell, O bright as the levin, come forth, I invoke thee, O ice, by their anguish the rocks thou hast riven. My steep-lying masses, mine innermost sheen, my soundless crevasses, my rivers unseen, my glow that surpasses in azure and green, the rocks and the grasses, above I am queen. These know thee, I know thee, O master, I hear and obey, I follow thy lyrical way. Sway, O tenderest child and phantom of day, gleam fitful and wild on the flowery way, blue skies reconciled to the kisses of clay. Come forth, I invoke thee, O dew, the maiden must hear and obey. Life trembling on leaves, sunrise shed in tears, love's arrow that cleaves the veil of the years. Light gathered in sheaves of tenderest fears, as day spring and weaves my soul into spheres. I hear and I nestle upon thee, O lyrist supreme. Light loves in a dream, child of sweet rain, O father of frost, bitterest pain, the birth of thee caused. Passion is slain when wished of thee most. Come forth, I invoke thee, O hail, thou Lord of a terrible host. My father was glad of me in places unseen, my mother was sad of me where wind came between. Winter is mad of me, earth is my queen. Meadows are clad of me, nestled in green. As pearls in the cloudland I slept, but I hear the loud call, I obey it and fall. Rain's clear dawn and daughter, by sunlight spies divided in water, O light stream arise. 7 petals the slaughter, the menace of dis, come forth. I invoke thee, O rainbow, thou maid of the myriad eyes. In multiple measure the flowers of us fold, the scarlet and azure, and olive and gold. Hyperion is treasure of light that is rolled in music and pleasure, unheard and untold. We are kisses of light and of tears, love's triumph on fear. We obey, I am here. Dim lights shed around me, in many a form, like lovers surround me, oh, tender and warm. They hunt me, they hound me, they struggle and swarm. Come forth, I invoke ye united, the manifold shape of the storm. Wide-winged, many-throated, colossal, sublime, I come and am coated with feathers of time. I hear the deep note, head my pinions to climb. The roar of devoted large limbs of mime, that mocks the loud lords of Olympus. We mingle, I awake, and I come with the sound of a snake. O storm, many-winded, of life, of the air, thou angry and blinded, haste sky for thy share. O mother deep-minded, my lair to my prayer responds, and the elements answer, or ever my soul is aware. Ye powers of deep water and sea-running bays, Earth's fugitive daughter, in deep-riven ways, enamored of daughters, enamored of slaughter, a mirage of grays, deep blues and pale greens, unbegotten. I turn to your lyrical praise. I tune the loud lyre to the haunts of the vale. There's a sea-piercing fire on the wings of the gale. I lift my desire. I madden. I wail. Come forth. I invoke ye, O powers in the waters that purple and pale. Come forth in your pleasure, O fountains and springs. Come dance me a measure, unholpen of wings. Show the deep treasure, unspeakable things. Come forth, I invoke ye, O fountains, I sweep the invincible strings. In the heather, deeply hidden, from the caverns darkly drawn, in the woodlands man forbidden, in the gateways of the dawn. In the glad, sweet glades descended, on the stark hills gathered high, where the snows and trees are blended, kissed at birth by sun and sky. We have heard the summons, we are open to the day spring's eye. O broad-bosomed lakes, whence the mist tears a prize, that shed in sweet flakes the gleam of the skies, whose countenance takes the bird as he flies, and kisses come forth. I invoke ye, O lakes, where the love of me lies. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to read. That's called Orpheus Liber Primus Vel Carminum. Hope you enjoyed that reading. This is the collected works of Aleister Crowley. You're still here. The show's over. Go home. What are you still doing here? Show's over.
The main difference between the teeth in a day process and Nuvia's 24-hour process is that with Nuvia.
How? My scribe Ankavla Khonsu, the priest of the princes, shall not in one letter change this book, but lest there be folly, he shall comment thereupon by the wisdom of Rahu Kuit. Also the mantras and spells, the obia and the wanga, the work of the wand and the work of the sword. These he shall learn and teach.
Shalom, welcome to Practical Spirituality. The experience of Hanukkah is what we're in right now. So I'd like to give everyone that experience. Let's trip together. So I know most people think of tripping as something that you take some kind of a psychedelic. Asking if there's a guitar around. Have you seen a guitar? You want to grab a guitar? Yeah, borrow a guitar. Try to grab the nicest one with a pick. So when people.
Conspiracy theory is a kind of epistemological cartoon about reality. I mean, isn't it so simple to believe that things are run by the Greys and that all we have to do is trade sufficient fetal tissue to them and we can...
Tao Te Ching can be translated as the book of the immanence of the way, or the book of the way and of how it manifests itself in the world, or simply the Book of the Way. Since it is already well known by its Chinese title, I have let that stand. About Lao Tzu, its author, there's practically nothing to be said. He may have been an older contemporary of Confucius, 551 to 479 BCE, and may have held the position of archive keeper in one of the petty kingdoms of the time. But all the information that has come down to us is highly suspect. Even the meaning of his name is uncertain. The most likely interpretations, the old master, or more picturesquely, the old boy. Like an Iroquois woodsman, he left no traces. All he left us is his book, the classic manual on the art of living, written in a style of gem-like lucidity, radiant with humor and